Okay, thanks for coming to my channel. So today this video is about 4 ways that you can protect and improve your mental health. So as we all know, the events of this year has been very jarring, both mentally and physically for some of us, and emotionally, financially, everything, right? And so I figured, why not give you guys some ways to help you improve your mental health. So some of these things I've researched or looked up, and some of these things are things that I did myself. So the first part is to prioritize your self-care. That's the overarching topic, and then I have like subtopics under each one. So under this topic of prioritizing your self-care, you have to make sure that you eat well. What do I mean by eating well? Say, don't skip meals and try to be more conscious of what you're eating. I know not all of us can be vegan and vegetarian or pescatarian or whatever, but it is best for us to always be mindful of what we are eating and try to limit how much unhealthy food we're putting in our bodies. Another thing to take care of yourself is to be active. I know many of you already know this, but exercising improves your mood, right? Because it releases some hormones called endorphins, which typically reduces the perception of pain and also just makes you feel happy. And in addition to that, it makes your blood flow more throughout your body, so it's giving you more energy and flushing out whatever toxins that may be lurking in your body, right? Another thing, do not be afraid to be selfish. What do I mean by that? It's okay to say no to that favor that your friend is asking you. It is okay to not go out with your friends this one time and just, focus on yourself. And in addition to that, we have 168 hours in a week. The least you can do is to take out 4 of those hours, or 2 if you're strapped for time, to take care of yourself. Do a soak in a bubble bath, get a massage, get your nails done, or do your own nails, do your own hair. Like, I prefer doing these things myself because I'm beautifying myself, but you can always go out and have it done. And the last part under this category is to drink less alcohol. So I have told myself, because if you know me, I typically like in the evenings after work, just get a little wine, a little glass of wine, be all bougie and stuff. But I've decided from now on to really cut back on that. So right now I only have 1 bottle of wine and I haven't even opened it. Because as you know, when you drink alcohol, it goes to your brain, and your brain is the engine of your mind. And if the physical engine of your mind is not functioning properly because of these toxins that we keep putting in our bodies, then our mind is gonna get messed up as well. And we don't want that, right? We want to protect our brain as much as possible and also protect our mind, or mental health. Another thing you can do is to change your surroundings. You can surround yourself with different types of people, right? Change the people that you're always surrounded by. I'm pretty sure everyone here wants to be successful in life, wants better for themselves, their friends, and their families, right? So surround yourself with people who are like-minded, because they can motivate you. I recently joined a financial community where just hearing their stories and the things they have done, it's motivation to get me to stay focused on where I want to be. And if you know that your mind is trash, like you waste time and you're not productive at all, when I say be around like-minded people, I'm not saying be around people who also think like that, right? Be around people who are goal-oriented and want better for themselves and the people around them. Another thing you can do is to change your surrounding or go somewhere you've never been before, right? When I say change surrounding, it doesn't mean that you have to go move somewhere else, no. But every now and then, go to that park you've never been to, go take a walk in the neighborhood, go to a friend's house, go see some family for a little bit. Taking that break from that space that you're in is also a good way to de-stress and to relax the mind, especially if your current environment is hyper stressful and maybe has a lot of triggers for different emotional releases, right? And if you can't do any of those, can't really meet people because we're all social distancing, or you can't go to a different location or a different place or something at your own leisure, The next thing you can do is to put what I call happy cues around your place or your space. So you can put like pictures of your family, your loved ones, or a place that you've been to that where you were really happy. You can put reminders of like cool little quotes to help motivate you. You have fragrance and air fresheners and stuff like that, where it's like every time you walk into that room, it's just like a breath of like fresh air, or just like a new sense to just awaken your senses. Or candles. You can just put flowers around if you like flowers, right? I mean, these are fake because I ain't about to water these. Or something like that, just to put something there that makes you feel good. And another thing is like, if you're all alone and you're a social person like I am, maybe you can get a pet. I'm not getting a pet, but maybe you can get a pet. The next thing you can do is invest in yourself. So ultimately, you are increasing your self-worth and your value to others. How can you do this? You can learn a new skill or focus on something that you're already good at. So like finding a hobby, right? My hobby is dancing. I do it for fun. Another thing you want to do is to constantly feed your mind. That means reading books more if you don't. Watching docu-series. Just do anything that uplifts your mind, right? Elevates your knowledge and your thought process. At least make it a goal to learn something new every day. And this here is super important. Learn to accept yourself. Hype yourself up every now and then, you know what I mean? Like, girl, you cute. Thanks, girl, you cute too. You know, something like that. Like, tell yourself that you're the bomb ass in this world, something, right? Like, just have fun with yourselves. Get to know yourself and accept who you are, because you're stuck with yourself for the rest of your life, right? There's nothing you can do about that. So love yourself, and that also leads to your self-confidence building up. And the next thing you want to do is to set achievable goals. Do something every single day that you've always wanted to do. So you want to set achievable goals and refer back to it from time to time. Of course, these may change as time goes by, but it's good to make sure that you have a direction that you want to go into, because if you're living without a purpose, then that's also going to feel like you don't have a purpose in this world. But we all have a purpose in this world, right? Yes, we do. The next thing is you can start journaling. I journal every now and then, and so I go back and I read some of those entries from the past, and I'm seeing where I was and where I am now. And it's just like you being able to document and see your journey to wherever else you are going. And so writing now for the future, you'll see where you were now, and it's just good to remind yourself that it's not going to always be the same. Your life is ever changing. Every aspect of your life is ever changing. Another thing too is to get a routine. Routine helps to build your character of consistency and discipline. That's very important if you want to be successful in something else in the future, right? Yes. And having this routine, it can also tie into your achievable goals. So maybe making sure you do your whole morning routine or your night routine or both every single day is a goal that you can work towards. And last but not least, take a break. Take a break, son. Take a break. Like, take a break. We need to start taking breaks more. It is very important that you take a break. So in taking this break, spend some time to get to know yourself. I've learned a lot about myself this year. Like, now it's like I'm learning about myself, building my foundation, my structure in myself as a person, right? A lot of times things happen with relationships because you don't know yourself. And sometimes you gotta just get rid of those stressful things in your life, right? And this could be a person too. Just saying. You want to even take a break if it's even for a short period of time. But if it's something or someone who is not elevating your life, right, and not feeding you, not bringing joy into your life. You do not need to have this thing or this person or do that thing. You don't need to have it around you, right? Because you're trying to protect your mental space. You don't want to be on an emotional roller coaster. So if it's even for a couple weeks or so, do it. I have done it and it has worked wonders. Another thing that you can do, get off social media. Yeah, I said it. I've been off of Instagram for about basically almost a month, or about a month, right? Yeah, you know, do it, experiment with yourself. In addition to that, you want to be mindful of what you read, what you watch, right? Because some of that can be triggers for anxiety. Don't soak it all in. You are a human being. You do not have superpowers. You cannot process everything that's going on. And so to protect your mental space, limit what you watch and read. Because there's also fake news and misinformation out there, and you don't want to be thinking something that's not really it. You feel me? Because your eyes are the windows to your soul. So whatever you read, whatever you watch, it's going in and it is being planted in your subconscious. And I had an experience this year where I know that that's true for a fact. So be careful of what you read and what you watch, because it will manifest in ways you never thought possible. And don't be thinking that your mental health is good or something, because I thought the same thing too. But then my mind was like, no girl, that ain't it. So be careful. Another thing to do is to, when you're taking your break, just go on a phone call with a loved one or a close friend, anybody that makes you feel happy, right? Anybody that lifts up your mood by just talking to them, or someone who just you have great memories with. Just call them and just, you know, you can stay on the phone for like 10-20 minutes or 30 minutes. Knowing me though, I'm on the phone for like an hour, 2 hours, etc., when I talk to people on the phone. But it really just brings me back down to earth, and it just makes me happy, and just realize that whatever is stressing you out, it's not the end of the world, right? You can get past this. And last but certainly not least, under the umbrella of take a break, is ask for help. Don't think you can do everything on your own, because you cannot, okay? Ask for help. Just evaluate yourself and realize that when something is super stressful, just take a break and see, is there something or someone that can help make this task much easier for you? And there we have it, ways in which you can protect and improve your mental health. I just want you guys to know that, like, life is a roller coaster, and you may be at your worst point right now, but if you're at your worst, you can only go up from here. Don't give up on life, don't give up on yourself. Just stay strong and keep pushing, right? Every successful person has had their ups and downs. No one's life has ever and will ever be a walk in the park, okay? So, love you, bye. And use my tips wisely.